Hi everyone, very good morning. Welcome back to ITOM batch 2 day 19. I hope you are doing well. So let's before proceeding today, I just want to see do you have any questions related to yesterday's sessions where we discussed about the custom pattern? Have anyone tried for that?
I didn't reach that stage. I started, but I didn't reach. I'm still at chapter 6.
Okay. Anyone else? Sajid, Harish?
Not yesterday, Ajay, but I've already tried Intune, iTunes one earlier when I was working with Now Learning thing, but
Okay, and
Now Learning
that
is
was
available now.
that was working fine with you, right?
Yeah. I'm able to do that. Yes.
Okay, fine. Sajid, anything from your side?
No, Ajay, I've not started. I've just installed the bit server yesterday. I'll be
Okay,
starting with the other
okay,
videos today.
right. Please, on this weekend, coming weekend, please try to complete whatever we have covered till now. So, what I feel, you have lots of questions while you are doing, and you will come with some questions, and also I will help you out on that. Otherwise, whatever comes in my mind and whatever I feel you should know, I'm trying to cover that one, right? So please make sure you have to be complete that one. Okay, so
Sure,
let's
sure.
get started. Yeah, sure. So let me know once my screen is visible to everyone.
We're able to see Ajay.
Thank you. Okay, so again, yesterday we are creating the pattern to collect the information for iTunes related to vendor, application, name, and the version basically, right? So we reached out till the name. Okay, so again we are doing the same thing. I have my iTunes pattern open. Let's go to the debug mode again. Okay, there is some error. Let me refresh this one. So as I already mentioned, last time, when we are going to be do any pattern, make sure you have to, first of all, you have to be debug that particular IP on which you are looking for that informations to be collected, right? And select that particular things where what you want to do. Like I'm going to be do with Windows made and horizontal, and we have to be put the IP and the PID. Anyone remember what is the PID yesterday which we are using? That is 2848 something.
6, 8.
Right. Mhm. 2444. Okay, let's connect the session now. So now again we are able to in debug mode. As I already mentioned, right, whatever we are doing, whatever the query we are writing, we should also test each and everything on that each step, so we can see the data which we are getting, that is, what we are expecting that we are getting in the data or in the response basically, right? So let's test this one again. The first step, we are getting the whole, list of versions or application install on that particular machine. That is fine, that we are expecting only. Let's go to the next table, filter table, where we are filtering for specific iTunes. Okay, we are able to get that as well. CMDB CIPPL this. Let's test this one again. We are getting that results. We are filter out with iTunes. Let's set that application. Now, can anyone let me know why I'm getting this error? Yesterday we discussed on that one. Why I'm not getting a result here?
We are
Anyone?
not displaying it in a variable, Ajay. We are storing it in the table name field.
Okay, right. So because we are directly targeting to that, particular variable, or sorry, table variable, that's why it's not. But if we are putting any temp variable or anything apart from the table variable, and also we will get that. So we are getting this one, right? So let's put this again here, $sign. Okay, now let's move to the next step. Let's create a next step. Next steps we have to get, sorry, we have to be set name in the vendor, right? So let's do that again. Set parameter value, the step name is this, set name and vendor. Again, how we can get that? The value is this. Let me tell you about this, how we are getting this one. And the variable where we need to be put, we have to be put on the short description, this one. Okay, so I hope yesterday when we discussing about here, what we are doing, we are putting in the short description field this vendor plus that name. So as I already mentioned, CMDB CIPPL number one is that odd field odd one, and the vendor is the attribute which we are capturing from this. And here it's also we are capturing this. And if you remember that, inverted commas, why we are using this one? Because we have to be, place those attribute on a single uh, at target attribute basically, or we are just doing concatenating here, right? If we want to put any at the rate or anything, we can put in between, right? So if we are putting directly, that will not work. So that's why we are using plus sign and inverted commas to be concatenate two values and populate in the single field, right? So let me copy this and let's see what is the value we are getting. I'm just putting the temp here. Let me test this one. We are getting now the vendor is Apple Inc and Intune, right? You are able to see that we are getting in this way. If I put any hash, let me put this one, right? Let's see, now we are getting hash, right? So it just concatenating the two different values, doing this particular inverted commas and the plus icons, right? So we can use that one. If we want to be populate in that some different way, we can use to concatenate two values and we can populate. So let's remove this one. Let's do this and save. Okay, next, what is the next step is to collect the set version. Now you guys tell me, I will also hear what we need to do to set version, right? Again, we have to do this set version, set parameter. Now you guys tell me what value I need to be took here to set the value, or so set the version, where that will be stored. Anyone remember? Any idea? Anyone?
Maybe,
Sorry.
maybe look at the temporary variables on the right bottom and try to get it from there.
No, temporary variables is just from your table only, right? So that are from the table only. So that is the attribute of your that particular CMDB CIPPL table, and that is some computer systems variable. So not will be here. Version is not there. If you see, this is computer systems variable, that is my entry point variable, that is my process variable, nothing is there, and that is my environmental variable, so nothing is there. Okay, let me tell you. Anyone else before I'm just going to be help out here. Okay, so if you remember on the filter table, if I test this one, where my value coming, right? So we have saved our data in the target table CMDB CIAPPL, right? So my value coming in the version field, that same earlier we did for vendor or the name as well, right? And the version field, it's a first value, right? So let's close this and let's put the variable is dollar CMDB underscore CI. If you typing here as well now, you will also get that CMDB CI APPL. That value is a number one. So let me use this one dot version. Now you can see it's automatically, right? And where we need to be populate, we'll decide, but let's see what value we are getting in the temp. It's not running because that is not correct. Version will be V capital. Let's try this now. Right? We are getting the temp variable. So always remember, if we are using incorrect value or incorrect, letters, that will be on causing an errors always, right? So we have to be very specific. Now you see why I used capital V, because if I go to the filter table back and if I go to check the variable, it's V capital here. If I just want to be go with internal namespace, that will be in small. So let's try this one just to showcase you. If I just want to see set this one internal namespace, always remember there is no space and all, right? So let's test this. Now we are getting the internal namespace, right? Because that's starting with small letters only, but we have to make sure we are capturing with correct letters and correct attribute which we have available in the filter table or where we are collecting the data or which variable, right? So we are putting this. Now which at field we have to be populate this one again, like I'm new, I don't know, I know target table, right? I don't know which attribute we need to be populate. Again, we can go here, we can check the backend name of this particular table is the version. If I just want to be populate in some other fields, right, I can use that as well. So let me put version, because the backend name of this particular field is version. If I just want to be put any in descriptions, we can use the short description or any other fields, whatever we want to be, right? So I just put it version. Let me again save this. As I mentioned, always, once your pattern is completed, just save, publish, or if it is not completed, also save it and just test it before going to be the next levels, right? So let's test and save, publish, and what next things we have to do? Anyone remember apart from that? No. Okay. So we have to be sync that particular pattern with the mid server. So as I mentioned already, we can select this and we can pattern sync to mid server. So running pattern sync in mid server, it will take couple of minutes sometimes, and it will sometime if it is not going to be sync, then we have to be take the restart of the mid server as well, right? So let me try to do couple of times, so it will be sync soon. And as I already mentioned, we can sync the pattern from here, or we can sync the pattern from pattern as well, discovery patterns. If I go here, if I search iTunes, right, we can select this and we can also sync from here, synchronize with mid servers. Right, now let's start a discovery. Let's see how this will be behaving. Are we able to get whatever we want? And after that, we'll create one or two more steps to capture other informations as well, which is not here in the now learning.
So Ajay, I have a question here. When you sync with the mid server,
Hmm.
and you restart the discovery process. So again, scanning will happen, classification, and then in the identification is when this pattern gets kicked off.
No, not in identification. That pattern will be kicked off in the exploration.
Oh,
So if you
okay. Exploration. Oh,
remember,
last.
if
Okay, sorry, exploration.
right,
Okay.
if you remember, or when we configure the process classifiers, we have specifically mentioned here in which, see, so here we have decided that that is in tune, and it will be triggered on the horizontal discovery prop. So we are, why it's going to be triggered in exploration, because identification is just identifying that particular CI is already available or not. In exploration, we are identifying, or we are exploring that what other data or what other attributes is available there if we modified something on it.
Did we specify number 4 or someplace? Where did we actually do that setup?
Here in this one, right? Let me,
Horizontal.
uh, this is the exploration phase, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I remember.
We can do that if we want to be identified or exploration. So that's why
Okay, got it.
we
Thank you.
specifically mentioned that is in exploration, right? So my discovery is completed. Let's see if something updated on this. No, no, no. Any idea, guys, why it's not updated here? Now, any thoughts? Because we did everything correct, right? Whatever mentioned here, that is correct. So we are thinking like the Intune name will become like that, version will be like that, and of description should be like that, but still that is not populated. Any idea? And also if you see my Intune, I'm getting whatever I want, right? So still that is not populating.
It's still not synced to the mid server, maybe.
That is one of the reason. Anything else? Let's check once again, right? So might be what we are missing. Let's see. So we are doing WMI query on this, and select name vendor. We are doing this. We are capturing the data here. We are getting the results, whatever we want. No, sometimes what happens in the while we are creating custom patterns, we are missing very small thing. Due to that, that's not working, right? So we have to be very careful while we are working on the creating custom patterns, right? If you have put any space or any other things, right, so that will be also causing the issues, right? So we are getting the data filter table. Let's test this. This is also correct. We are getting this. Let's test this. This is might be also correct, but we have a space here and we have a space here that should not required. This, then we have this. Let me copy this. Let me put the stamp, attach this. Why we are getting this one. But let me push this again. Let me set version. Let me see. Copy, sorry, Control Z, copy. Then let me see. We are getting the values here, right? Let me put again this. Let me save, publish, and now let's take restart of Meet. So we can take it restart of Meet from here itself. So meanwhile it's restarting, let's think. So as I mentioned, guys, we have to be very careful while we are working for that, right? So if you see, we also mentioned the hints whenever you want click and test confirm version is populated with version failed, right? If you want to click on the test and confirm short description is populated correctly with vendor, modify the name to short description to test purposes. However, after testing to write data to application table, short description field, this must be configured as listed in the requirements, right? So that we have done already. Before validating the task, save and publish the pattern from the mid server list. This should be this, and the discovery after discovery completes. Open the discovered ITOM and all, right? So let me again, once mid server is restarted, we'll run the discovery again and see. Or it will take couple of seconds only to be restarts. Meanwhile, let's see the pattern. What you can see failed exploring CI pattern name Intune process ID this to check this, right? So let's see what is the error here. So as I mentioned, while we are working any pattern or when we have configured anything, we can see the logs as well, why it's failed, what is the error. Might be that the PID which we are using here, it's not correct or something, right? So let's go and let's check this one, right? So if you see, selecting pattern for execution is going correct. Process detection, executing WMI query on this and with the namespace this, where process ID is this, it's going correct. Executing this, this is also happening. Attempting to put a file on Windows, this file path this. So we can see the logs, right? So it's happening, right? So it's able, when we are putting this, we are getting the results. Query results is there. So where this is namespace this, class this, everything we are getting as a result, right? Again, it's executing WMI query on with the namespace of this that we are also getting, right? So that is done. Identification section of this, executing WMI query with the namespace, select vendor. This we are also getting the results here. If you see, right? Set attribute CMDB CI APPL, the max object size reaching of 1000 to adjust mid property. Again, now you can see, right? We have a in pattern itself, we have an error which is showing set attribute CMDB CIPPL. So when we are doing set attribute, the max size of max object size is to 1000. If we want to be adjust that particular thing, we can have a property mid property which we can use it, right? Then what option, what other, because the data which we are getting here, this one is reaching more than 1000 characters, right? So that's why we are getting this error. We can also increase this one. Let's increase this one. Might be that can be possibility, but in the next step we have already used the things. So in the mid servers, if I go here, I think it's up now. Here in the mid server properties, if I go to new, this by default size is 1000. Let's put 10,000. Okay, submit. So we have increased the property as well now. If I go back, so the main thing, if you are going to be stuck anywhere, we should know how to troubleshoot and where we need to be navigate. That I'm trying to showcase you here. If you don't know where you to navigate and where how you can see the logs and all, right, and it will take things, right? So here if you see the next options, what we have done filter table. In the filter table, that is a query which we are running. Then execution time is 2 seconds. Then we are putting set name, execution time is 00. So we are not able to get the query results. Okay, that is basically that we are setting. So we are getting the value here only, right? This. So we are getting values, that should be right. Then file tracking, no file tracking there. Target cleanup, skip the tracking, check processing. Identification engine, discovery face status failure, discovery using pattern failed due to lack of existence of the main CI type in the results. Check the discovery logs for more details. Anyone getting anything from this one? No. Okay, let me tell you what is the error basically. Let's try the discovery first and we'll showcase you this one as well. Because now my mid server is also restarted. It should be, it will be up as well. So let's run the discovery again. Okay. It's running. It's going to be the pattern launcher OS servers.
Ajay, what is that again where it says started 3 and completed 2 and started 5? I don't know. Remember you
And
had explained that. What is that?
no, that is nothing basically. Just the steps basically. If in simple words, if I say, right? So if you see in the discovery logs how the information is going on, that is all about. But that is always not sync with your discovery logs and the count, right? So a couple of times it will be create issues, but it's not nothing. It's just showcasing you key how many things we have triggered and how many things we have received. So basically, if you see it's 7 7, we have ECCQ 14, so we have started 7 thing here, right? Sesam is one, WMI classify is the one, then we have triggered horizontal, then we have triggered WMI runner, then we have triggered multi-probe, then we have triggered IS, and then we have triggered Intune. So that these all 7. So we have
Okay, and
triggered
along
7.
those same lines, Ajay, maybe you already explained that, but just looking at these 14 entries here, uh,
Mhm.
how can you tell that horizontal probe, which one is for like identification? Like, see the WMI, this is the classification that's easy to see. But
Hmm.
other steps, how do you know that it's for the identification or the exploration phases?
Okay, so that the first two is very clear to everyone, right? The
Yes.
first is Sesam, which is
Yes.
for port, and WMI is for classifier.
Right.
As I already mentioned, your pattern will be triggered in only identification section, right? So that's why we can say it's identification as well as, let me showcase you in different way. Pattern, okay, discovery patterns, Windows, okay, OS. Yeah, we have this one. Okay, so this particular pattern will be triggering, right? Discovery, where it is in, it is in identification section. And now how it's triggering, that is must required, right? So let me go there. Okay, that is WMI classify. Classification, if I go to under Windows classification, still here WMI. No, it's what type of it is server. We have this is 2019, right? See, so my Windows server is 2019. It's triggering the 4 props, right? If you see here, horizontal discovery pattern, what is the phase of it? Identification, right? And it's triggering Windows OS server, right? So how you can identify this is identification, and others are triggering like ADM enhance, Windows ADS install software in exploration section,
Got it.
right? So how that was basically it will be working. Let me go to my discovery, which I just triggered. This is also completed. Again, we get no. we are getting failed to explore. This is something like me. Let me tell you the reason now. Okay, let me go to that CI class manager. Okay. So I'm just discussing about this error. Identification engine discovery status is failure. Discovery using the patrons failed due to lack of existence of the main CI in the results. Okay. Let's see application. What we have configured on application table. Identification rules are configured on application table is one is class credential as discovery port, that will not be matching, right? And then we are using class running process commands, running process key parameters. Let's see this one. Okay, so I'm here. Let me open in the list view this particular table. Okay, and we are searching for class running process command running process command in this, and I think key parameters running process command and key parameters. Okay, and let's search for star ITOM. Okay, so we are getting this one. So where is my running process? Running process is this, and this is running on this process command and this, right? That is one thing. Second thing is, oh sorry, and we have key value, it's for related entries, right? So every time that is checking this one where my software is installed on which running process command, right? And it's not going to be identified. This is the same thing which is running on that one, right? So what we can do in that case, let's simple do example of this. Let's remove this one. I'm just deleting this particular record from here. Once I delete it, now it's deleted. Okay, let me close this one. Let's open this one. Let's go here.
So Ajay, those identification rules are to check to see if it exists, and if it doesn't exist, it creates a new one, right?
Right, exactly.
So then on that second rule, it did not find those attributes values. So shouldn't it just have created a new one? I mean, it would have been a duplicate name, but shouldn't it have created a new one
We
rather
we
than trying
can
to?
we can create a new one, right? But you know what I say, we have to be identified what will be the root cause why it's not detecting that one.
No, what I'm saying is, why did the discovery itself not create a new one? Because the
No,
identification.
discovery will not create, because how discovery will know what will be the unique attribute you are using for that particular class. Right. So let's take an example. Your name is Arati. You are identified by the Arati, and you are unique, right? But your name will not be a unique, right? Name will be known used by other persons as well in the world, right? But if I just want to identify this particular Arati, how I'm going to be identified, might be I need to use couple of combination, right? Might be your date of birth, might be your birth of place and other things, right? Then I'm able to identify that is Arati. And if someone new Arati comes here, and then again we need to be identify him her as well, right? So specific things we have to use with the unique word or unique attributes only while we are you know finding it's a unique record. Otherwise, if that the combination is going to be match, it's going to be update the same record only. So ServiceNow discovery will not out of the box. There are a couple of identification rules created, but if we feel the duplicate issues or if we feel the data is not in the correct manner, then we can use it. Then we have to be create basically the new identification rules based on the understanding of the data. I hope you're getting it. or no, or
Not
confused?
yeah.
Okay.
So let's
Let,
take this example.
huh.
In this example, it did not, it had, if you go back to the CI class manager,
Yeah, of course. Yes.
so it, the first rule, it goes by the lower priority is the first one, right?
Yes.
So it did not find values for the class and then the credential-less discovery port. So
Right.
then it
So,
went to the next one, which is priority 100.
right.
And it did not find the class, matching class running process command or whatever that running key parameter, the combination.
No,
Correct?
I'm not saying it's not find. It's find. Okay, but if you see the error identification engine discovery status is failure, discovery using the pattern failed due to lack of existing of the main CI type in the results. So they are not able to find out the main CI type, check the discovery log. So basically what will happen here, while we are running discovery, Intune is not going to be identified. We have already a record available in the CMDB in the main CI, which is my main CI is in application table. So that's why it's not updating the record. Getting my point? And why this is happening here, if you remember yesterday, when we are working on the pattern, we did couple of modification in the pattern itself. Let me showcase you where I'm on the pattern. This, no. Here's my pattern. Yeah, here if you remember, if when we are doing SAT application name, we tried with the serial number as well yesterday, right? With the combination of that name plus serial number. As of now, the value is populating with the name and that IP address something or at the rate CI basically, right? So due to that, it's creating error. So what I did here, I just simply deleted that particular record and I'm just going to be restart the discovery on the same CI to get that information. So it will create a fresh record or it will update. And when we are running multiple times discovery, it will updating the same only. Getting my point now?
Kind of.
No, if still you have doubt, we can discuss, right? So what you're thinking, what your thought, what where you're confused, right? So I'm definitely help you out on that points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still stuck on that same point. I'm not sure what that error really means, the CI type error.
Okay,
So
let
what
me.
made you delete that? What made you think that you needed to delete the record? Because for me, the
Mhm.
IRE engine would have just seen that second identification
Okay,
rule and it would have updated.
okay, let me showcase you. One moment. We have KB articles, lots of things available for that, right? So let me showcase you. See, this is one of that data power server pattern. Discovery using failed due to lack of existence in the main CI, right? So resolution is check the pattern is out of the box. The error is happening due to the failure one of the step. This get serial number. This step is using this. Device is not able to respond on the SO ID and will not able to get the data request customer to network admin. Okay, this is something different. Support OID. Okay, this is something different. Let me find out a different. Okay, IIT article on this. So this is one of the way, like, I just mentioned to you, okay, might be, as I mentioned, we have the first step, we have already checked it, right? So might be there is some issue with the pattern, right? And if we have issue with the pattern, definitely we will not. So we have already validated the pattern on the first step, again the second time as well, right? To see my data is correctly working or not, right? The second thing will be that existing of that one, right? So already that CI is available. Let me showcase you. I think someone is also mentioned. Did you? No. Let me help you out to give you that exact things, right? So, or that error is not. It's a not a unique error. It's you received this particular error a couple of times, right? Here is as well. It's for CMDB CI AVI controller, right? So you need to expand the section name discovery on the left and see which pattern steps fail to populate attribute. If it is not clear from logs, you can probably debug the pattern. No, I think we are good. Please check the following pre-execution script and add AVI load controller pattern if it is met. Okay, okay. I think that is also we need to check. Check this. This is also mentioned on the same thing, right? See, they also mention check the identification section, review discovery pattern steps, review discovery logs, mean CI existence. So that can be multiple region pattern versions, service mapping, network issues, permission credentials. So there are 9 things due to that particular error will be there, right? It's not a one thing. So I am just going but one by one. We checked the pattern already. We checked the identification sections, identifiers. I removed the discover a CI of that one, and I'm just going to be rediscover, right? And then if it is not resolved, then I'm going to be do where I am was shit where I was on this one only. Yeah, right. Then I'm going to be check the discovery logs. Then I'm going to check the mean CI existence. What is that? Is the mean CI existence with the correct things or not? We will check the pattern versions. The step by steps we are going to be troubleshoot, right? It's not like we can jump directly to see. And what I feel, that particular error might be due to that only. Still, you can see it's failing, right? Still failed. Right? So if it's still failing, now I just need to check the pattern again, why it's failing, because something in the pattern itself. Right? So let me try to debug the pattern again, because when we are running this one, we are getting the complete value correct. Because in the test, we are getting the results, but not on the target. I hope you are getting it now.
Yes.
Please, yeah. Okay, so now let's test this again. Okay, that we are going to be run the pattern. And let's see if that record is not there. This is there. Let's close this. This is done. Let's close this. Okay, let me go here. Okay, you. If you see this time, it's not created the relationship itself, right? But still in the running processes, we are able to see that in tune or in tune, right? Let me remove this. Let me remove this. And if I go here, iTune, right? We are able to see that still that is there, classifies true, but we are not able to see any relationships with that particular one, because we just deleted, and if we delete it, that should not create it again, right? So there is something in my classification as well as this particular pattern. We are getting this. Let me go to the classifier first of all. Classification process. iTune. This is my application. Name contains iTune. Parameter does not contain helper. Pattern will be also triggering. This is also active. This is pattern to iTunes. Things are correct, looks correct, but what is the error now? Let's troubleshoot this one, right? So we are here, let's troubleshoot. Filter table, WMI query, this is done. We are getting the expected results. Okay, let me check. Let me come back. This is, it's going to be create the space here. It should not be, space should not required here. This is CMDB PPL number one dot name. CMDB CI number one dot name plus @ dollar computer underscore system dot primary host name. We are going good. If we test this. But this, let me test with temp. Yes, we are getting the value. If we are putting this to in temporary variable, we are getting. But if we are putting to target, we are not. Right, CMDB underscore CI underscore appl dot name. Number one dot let me try to use this, but it should not be. Let's test this one. No, we are going to in different way. If I remove this, so that will be working with this only. I just want to showcase you why I'm trying to with different things, so you should know like that how that will be working, right? So if we are putting $1, because you know when we are putting any name here, suggestions will automatically come, right? And couple of times what will we do, we will use the suggestions only, right? Let's put this one dot name and we will select that one, but that will not the correct one, right? Because when we are running the test, we are getting the different things, we are not getting that what we are looking for, right? Because we want to be map this particular value to this particular attribute on the CMDB CIPPL table, right? And if we are testing, that is failing because that is on target table. Now let's try with this. This is also looks good to me. Set parameter value precondition, we don't have anything, right? CMDPCI APPL number one dot name. Okay. Let me save this. Okay, now it's correct. Space is not there. Let me publish and let's try once again. You know, the discovery. Yo. I hope guys you are following me. You are silent. You're not suggesting me anything as well. So let's see how this time this will respond. Launching pattern for CI type, CMDB, CI, APPL, skipping creation for cell CI. Oh, still failed. Oh, okay. This is failed due to CI pattern process running on 2444. Then where the process running? I think let's do this particular things tomorrow. I think let me try to find out the cause why it's failing, right? Because now what I
Is the
see,
process ID was different yesterday? Since we restarted it, the process ID changed. Is that why it is?
that I'm also thinking, because yesterday that is
Because
2444 is not that
yeah,
one.
2868 or something like that. There were two eights.
Right, right. That's why, because and now this is not there. And we can also do one thing, one moment. I think I got it, one idea now. Let me go to, because that is installed on one of the machine. Okay, so my mid server is running on which IP? Mid server IP is 198.51.8.233. And that is running on this. The process ID will not change like that, because yesterday that is something different and now this is something different. It will not change immediately, or after one discovery. Might be some changes happen on my that particular Windows server which we are trying to discover, right? That can be possibility, and might be that can be possibility as well, that Intune has been removed from there. So that we need to be check only. We are here. Let's take the remote of the machine which we are looking, right? So you can also take the remote. No, this is not the IP. The IP is 198.51.12.119. 190.58.12.119. Let's connect this. What is the username password we are using for that? Is admin. Okay, administrator. And the password is 100G demo.
Ajay, you've got a typo in that username.
Right, I got it. Yes. Administrator, the password is 1G00 1G00 D small capital D small capital DEMO That's it, right? Let's connect. Now we are in that machine which we are working. Intune is there. Let me open the task manager. Here is Intune. You can see the error is you cannot open the iTunes because another user has it open. Ask the user to provide the application. That can be possibility, no? Because everyone using that particular now learning instance to run their discovery, and that is the same IP might be. Let me try to find out. This is Intune helper. This is my Intune. Now I got it because couple of if I run in that particular time, any other time, right, when that system is not going to use much, I can find out. Let me see. Right, so that is application security compatibility digital. Where is the process? And the description is this. Name contains iTunes.
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for PID. Process ID
Yeah,
is
no,
also
PID
available.
was on the previous screen. If you cancel out of this, it was 244. See? PID
Okay,
244.
right. So earlier, yesterday it was 22244. No. Okay, it's PID, then it's correct. But what is the error? Okay. That is Intune helper. We are not going with the Intune helper iPod. No. So application is there, right? Okay, I think I got it. Let me try it tomorrow. Let's troubleshoot this particular thing will tomorrow. I will showcase you what will be the error, right? Might be I got it now, but we are running out of time. It will take some time to be troubleshoot again with that. Let me save. We have already saved this one, right? Yes. So guys, I think and any questions in that, because that is stuck now and we have to be troubleshoot again. So we'll discuss, we'll troubleshoot tomorrow, and we'll run the discovery again on the same IP to populate, and we'll see my pattern will not be fail on using that particular PID, which is failing now, right? Any questions in that till now before that stucking on that particular pattern issue?
I think we,
Because
as you always ask us, we have to come to chapter 9 to figure out and have more questions. So
no, that's why because pattern is something which you cannot learn. I'm trying to learn you, right? You can learn only while you are working on the patterns and you are doing troubleshootings and you are facing issues, right? And then you come to me like, Ajay, I'm getting that error and how can I fix it? Then it will be very, because that is practical things only. As you see, while I'm working on the pattern, the space and couple of issues are here, right? I'm also testing on the each and every steps what I need to do. Is the data is correct or not, and all, right? So we have to be very specific while we are creating the pattern. Like if I'm not using that, characters in the correct format and all, right? Definitely it will errors, create errors, right? So it will learn, you will get only the practical knowledge while you are doing practical things on the pattern side. We have also one more thing here, extension section pattern, which is related to SOS, will also be discussed tomorrow, that one. But before that, we'll finish that particular thing where we are stuck now. because I'm going to just review something before that and we'll ready with that particular things and we'll showcase you, we'll see, mention you what I have did to populate that one, because the record I have deleted, so the record should be created in new way only. Okay. Any other questions? No. Okay. So
Okay.
then, yeah, sure. Thank you guys. I think have a good day. We'll meet you tomorrow at the same time and we'll figure out to fix that particular issue. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ajay.